In 2022, Universal and Jurassic World released the final installment in the Jurassic World series, Jurassic World Dominion. It was met with mixed reviews, you know where I side, but everyone had the same thought. This was the last film in the Jurassic franchise, as the trailers constantly mentioned how this was the epic conclusion of the Jurassic era. Well, I'm glad to say that ain't the case. As of recent, Frank Marshall has confirmed they're working on a new film. Fans have been scratching their heads for what this could be. All we know, according to Bryce Dallas Howard, Dominion is the start of a new era, so it's possible she's been told or is involved in the next installment. Who knows? Trevorrow has said he laid foundations for future films, but I have no idea what he's on about. But as of recent, the Pratt himself has actually given a really interesting and amazing idea I and others would love. 2023 has been quite the year for the beloved star, starring in what most consider the last good Marvel film, Guardians 3, and the second highest grossing film of the year, the Mario movie, and has been doing quite a bit to promote both films, and recently did a lot of interviews, one of which he was asked about any ideas for future Jurassic films, and oh boy is it interesting.
Here's my one selfish question during this interview, because Chris, I'm sorry, I'm just obsessed with Jurassic. And I know you've said that franchise has come to an end for you, but having been in that world for so long, if they were to make another movie or a show, whether you're involved or not, is there any particular corner of that world that you would like to see either further explored or explored for the first time, maybe?
Wow, it's such a great question. I would say, just with given the advent of what we can now do underwater, I'm curious to see more about the mosasaur. I thought that dinosaur was like was a wonderful creature, but I'd be curious a little bit more about the life of that fabulous creature. Maybe some more underwater dinosaurs.
And what about dancing? There's not enough dancing in those. Do the dinosaurs dance? And can we explore the world of dance?
Okay. Before we talk about the Moser idea, I think we need to bring up dino dancing and if it's real. Well... No, but seriously, even though it was a joke, dinosaurs did dance, but not in the way you think. They didn't senorita or floss, no. They mate danced. As confirmed by the legend Jack Horner, dinosaurs, particularly feathered ones, shared dance moves like those typically seen in birds of paradise in order to attract a mate. There are plenty of examples, mostly in prehistoric planet, like this one of a Carnotaurus.
Is going to impress her? He must do so in the most extraordinary way. He doesn't have huge antlers, nor a spectacular tail. But he does have a pair of tiny, apparently useless arms. And each has a ball and socket joint at its base that enables him to move them independently.
So those arms were good for something. But seriously, it would be nice to see dinosaurs mate dance in Jurassic World, as it would add a bit more realism, I guess you say. But seriously, check out Prehistoric Planet. It is so good. Wait, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Chris Pratt. In the same interview, Chris had an idea that I and everyone would want. A film about the Mosasaurus. This is an idea I genuinely think could bring justice to this beautiful creature, as the Mosasaurus is one of the most underused dinosaurs. It had a minor but important role in Jurassic World to kill the Indominus. It was kind of there in Fallen Kingdom, and in Dominion, it was there. Sorta. So, seeing it have its own film just for her, there are so many film opportunities. There could be a story where the government has had enough and brings in Billy Brennan or Sarah Harding to either capture or kill it. or a story where a bunch of fishermen are fed up with the Moser and band together to kill it, or a Jaws type story. Steven worked on both films, it's possible. And we can get to know what it does and where it lives. Plus, this could introduce us to all kinds of new underwater dinos, like the Plesiosaurus or the Chronosaurus. Also, I know they aren't dinosaurs, but it sounds better than marine reptile. The funny thing is, though, is that this has been done before. Kinda. Back in 2020, YouTuber and animator El Hugany, who is best known for his Jurassic musical parodies, check them out if you haven't. Anyway, because of COVID had delayed the production of Dominion, he basically combined Jurassic World and COVID to create a musical, and it was fine and fun. They made a hybrid Coronosaurus Rex. I have no comments. Anyway, after this one did fairly well, he made a sequel where the Mosasaurus gets infected with Corona and starts eating everyone. Now, if you watch it, take out the T-Rex and Blue fighting the Mosa and Mosa getting COVID. This is basically what we'd like for a future film. I can just see an opening where a Baryonyx or a Suchomimus are deep in the ocean, then the Mosasaurus just jumps out and eats it. Then it starts eating people on the beach. This would make the most sense for future films. Dinos are free on the mainland, and out of all of them, the most dangerous is obviously the Mosasaurus. I feel like the main reason Pratt said this is because in the original draft for Jurassic, there was a character called Evan, who would later become Owen. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty convenient. Anyway, in the original script, there was a scene where, where a tourist is on the monorail. He's about to fall into the Mosasaurus lagoon. Evan is trying to help the tourist, then a Pteranodon grabs the tourist, trying to steal him. Then a bunch of people on the rescue boats come to help. Then the Mosa jumps out of the water, grabs the Pteranodon by the feet, and tries to drag it down to the lagoon. And Evan is still holding on to the tourist. Then a whole flock of them arrive and start pecking at it. The Mosasaurus falls back into the water. The rescue team then arrives and the Pteranodon let go of the tourist. Then the security starts shooting the Mosa. Then the Mosa goes deeper. The Pteranodons try to follow but give up. Now, Chris has stated he's done with Jurassic, but I doubt that. He'll keep to that, as in a few years they'll probably get the cast for all the films back together again. Just wait for a few years. And like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be him. There are so many other characters we still don't know what happened to. Sarah, Billy, what about Gray Mitchell? Someone who has actually seen it take down the Indominus and knows how dangerous it is. Or Ramsey Cole, someone has just been introduced. I think I've rambled on long enough. The point I'm getting at is that I love this idea. I'm obviously not the only one. Hopefully Frank Marshall or anyone involved sees mine or anyone else's video on the subject. Apparently, if Universal hears the ideas, they cross them off and don't make them. Well, at some point, they're gonna run out of ideas. Anyway, that's all I've got for you. Oh, wait. It appears I forgot something. Something big. Something stupid.
Like, what about cavemen?
Oh, jeez.